This day 1653 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Today doing your idea, Simon Shin Pei Aleph, Sif Zion, the Shin Pei Dalid, Sif Aleph. Sounds like a lot. Zion. Yoledes Avelus Shetzir Lechotz, a woman giving birth who's an Avelus has to wash. Mutaris Avelus Yom Rishon, she's permitted the first day of Avelus of Hilcham even hot water. Miyum Ein Bezet Tzorach Kokach. If it's not absolutely necessary, Yeshach maybe Yom Rishon Shemach on the first day. Shach Chemishu Isinis. So to somebody who's sensitive, Kach Rav Gamliel Perek Beis Brachos. Ach lo kol adam yochal lomar Isinis ani, but not everybody can call himself sensitive. Mark we shadu shablo rechitz tzar habe beloide michush lezei tiru. There's only somebody who has great anguish and is going to come to feel michush is kind of like a discomfort. For that, they permitted it. I think almost everybody nowadays is an isthmus in some way, shape, or form relative to what they were, even at the time of the Arukh HaShulchan. Chema Yisrael or Puvia Bereisha, also somebody who has a mixture in his head. In other words, has some sort of lice or dandruff or whatever else it is, which causes him discomfort. Mutar is allowed to shampoo with hot water. Low garmis is no worse than somebody sensitive. Somebody who has leprosy in his body. So Chaim requires hot water. Mutar time she's bar is also allowed to wash on that account. Mishatakvu Avelov, somebody who has Avelos have come close head on not head on heels, have come on the heels of each other. Because she was had two Avelos one after another. Mother Chotzko so he can wash his entire body in cold water. Like Mar Shiva Avelos Rishon when he finishes the first Avelos. Do I think Magmar Shloshim Rishon also at the end of 30 days of the first days, Yochel Chotz Koguv L'Chaim can wash his entire body out water. The Mechitza Sunim the Shiva Shas Medina Tilo the washing of 7 days in cold, which is also according to the letter of the law they permitted. Koshke Mechamid Lamed so too certainly in the washing in hot water of 30 days. Then on the minhag, which I don't think people are knowing nowadays anymore. Anyway, Shemutar said he's permitted to do so. Ches Nida Shes Damas Manfilas may have law. Some Nida who's supposed to go to the mikvah during the days of a Shiva, ain't about she has to go to the mikvah. No one Tidbo why she should go to the mikvah, or Sir Batashvish now allowed to have relations. The feel it's not a mitzvah. The time of the right time is not a mitzvah. By several circles and shas, which spend a long time trying to figure out about the feelings of women for tefillah bismana for when they don't know when they're supposed to go to the mikvah. And very mathematical sukkahs, which I always try and just either skip or run through. To be honest with you, it's because he paskin it was not mitzvah. Because mother koshkin shein ochetzel levosh she certainly does not wash herself to put on white clothing, as he points out in the brackets. The mace fish became Lord counts 7 clean days. Shiva immediately after Shiva, even though people have accustomed to forbid washing all 3 days. She's permitted. She should change her washing a little bit. Kok love until Bosch. She shows wear a white robe. The study Chodesh Tatzia should put on a new sheet. Shalo Tovo Lidei Sofik not to come to a Sofik need of a kesem of a spot. Akashano doesn't say of a kesem is my addition. Yes, and some say the chitza lelibu muteres afilu shiva. Some say that to wash in order to have cleaner stuff for keeping shiva nakim is permitted even during shiva. But tabush chavak lavan she wear a white robe. That's yes. So in chadash put down a new sheet. Rak shetana chitza should do a shino in their washing. But I should let some chamin rakbin yachoser. She only wash with hot water between her thighs or some makam in her genital area. Hoseiski Magdoim and the Gdoim will agree to this standard. It's 1,000 shach. V'nida shchal tfilas motzei Shabbos. Anita's tefillah supposed to be Motzei Shabbos Yom Tov on Friday. Yodayim b'mei Evos. She's still in Avelos. With Shabbos Gemoru Avelos, and Shabbos Avelos will be over. Tesla Sos Chaviv Yom She's allowed to start a shampoo preparations on Friday. Maram Abba Bristo Shloshim Shalavi. The Maram had a bris. I don't say whether he was the father or the sandik, whatever. Within 30 days of his father's death, he wash the night before the Mila. The Omar said she came to Minhaga Ba'alma since it's just a minute. And Lachmir doesn't he Machmir to Baal Bris when he is Baal Bris again. I'm not sure what relationship he had to the Bris here, but when he's involved in the Bris. Test Ishal the Chovel Vachesmi Me'evel, a woman should not put on makeup during the days of Avel. She's also Kirchitza is also like watching. Shar, if it's not possible. Ain't also Shiva only has to refrain during Shiva. Vachar Mutaris, then she's permitted. Kadesh is going to so she shouldn't become disgusting to her husband. Okay, but Kala Shira Evo Tosh Shlosh Mchupaso Kala, who gets Avelos within 30 days of Chuppah Mutaris because Kasha Shiva, she's allowed to put on makeup even during Shiva. Kyle needs more decoration. Bogro Shira Evo, a older girl over the age of 12 and a half who needs a shidduch. The fellow Avelis came to say since she is in the parsha, as they say nowadays, but that's kill Shiva she's allowed to put on makeup during Shiva. Ava but she's not allowed to use hot water or wash the entire body with cold water. She doesn't need to wash for this purpose. For Nara Avela, a younger girl who's not in the parasha, who's an Avelis, I saw if she was also even put on makeup, let alone to wash. I've but a Katana who's under the age of Bas Mitzvah permitted. Katan also a Katan who's under the age of Bar Mitzvah. Shane Avelus, they're not in Avelus because they're too young. And there's no concept of chinuch for Avelus. It's a fascinating idea. Not sure we had that before. I did recollection, perhaps he had, but I'm not sure. But that's an interesting idea. There's no chinuch for Avelus. Shimpei base. Isra Sando, the prohibition of putting on a shoe. Aleph. Us Avel ben Sando. Avel is not allowed to put on a shoe. Dafka Shor, specifically a leather shoe. Our Bampayo shall beg it, but a it's kind of like a slipper of fabric, or shall gemi, or of hemp, or shall say, or of hair, or shall eitz, or of wood mutter. Shemil el shor, the only shoe is a shoe of leather. I feel about Yom Kippur kenu. A shoe on Yom Kippur. You shall eitz mchupor, but if it's wood and covered with leather, also. Nowadays, people conduct themselves leniently with rubber shoes. Shem shall or, and they're not made of leather. We call it kalasin. And that's the galoshes. But they're reclined, and they wear them on their socks. Besides the socks, and they wear them during Avelos and Tish B'Av Yom Kippur. Pesachai Muteslin O Kol Lamed Yom. A woman should give birth is allowed to put on shoes all 30 days, and Shatina Kashla because cold is difficult for her. The Kola, and that's true also with a other type of sick person. Avshem Bosakana, even if he's not in danger. Somebody has a wound on his leg. It's true also of a woman who's pregnant if she's concerned for cold. Also, any person could choose, but there's a danger of a scorpion. Also, if an official is summoned him, he has to go to some sort of official. He can put on a shoe. Some people say in that case, at least you put ashes in the shoes. So Nachman confirms that minute. A person is available or excommunicated, which are walking on the road. Mutarim ben Yosasan, they're allowed to put on shoes. When they reach the city, they take them off. They say if in a city where their majority are non-Jews, ain't chotzim. You don't take the Jews actually comes to Chavihudim until they get to the street of the Jews. And therefore now, when we live mixed together, it's like once actually comes to until they get actually to reach your own courtyard. If you have to take off your shoes, actually immediately in the cemetery, after the kavur mace, after the mace is buried, supposed to hey. The answer is yes. Some say some people you have to go barefoot from the cemetery to your house when your father and mother died. Because our mother says has not seen people do this. That's why people shouldn't scoff at him. But a place where people aren't going to scoff. But that's so class, so it's going to have to do that. Not wear the shoes home. It's true about any mace, not just abibimo, if it's possible. Just like when there is no concern for scoffing and when the land is dry. Bracket says, I'm base yossi b'shem margos maimonish unogim lech boots. Veneers the shumin minol shen shor must be a shoe not leather. Come on, now guru mashalon like our rubber shoes. Because basically the time is that he doesn't know why they would wear these boots. Near the aim is that time el shkoshutzino. Pragmatic. People are concerned about the cold. Shin Pei Gimel. It's a Tashu Shamita. Prohibition of marital relations. Aleph. Also, or other also about Tashu Shamita. Others forbidden that marital relations. Can Isha Avelis, so the woman is Avelis. Av Shabal, Enu Avel, even though the husband is not Avel. Also, Avel, he's not allowed to have relations with her. Kol Shivas Me Avelis, all 7 days Avelis. He said, Gemara. It's a story about Maisa Be'echad. Shimshim Me'evelo, a certain person went, had marital relations during the days of his mourning. Shamtu Achazim is Gviyaso, and pigs exhumed his body after his death. But I feel with Shabbos ain't really about Avelus, even Shabbos when Avelus is not, public Avelus is not in effect. Also, it's forbidden. The one should know things which are in private apply also on Shabbos. So to somebody who has somebody who died during Yontif, also Tashemita Kohen Meregel is not to have relations the entire Yontif. And also for the 6 days after Yontif, when he actually sits Shiva. Half a clever mace or shachas chumrega, but on the other hand, so he buried his mace an hour before Yontif. Shagun Vatim in Xer Shiva. That Yontif cancels the Xer of Shiva. Muta Belayla Zu Tashmita that night. After the burial is the way they have to have marital relations. V'day know the Ein Labal Isra Lavol Ishto Avela El Kshadas Mevelusa. Okay, it must have been a case where Arukh HaShulchan had, otherwise I don't know how it came up. A husband doesn't have a prohibition to have marital relations with her wife if she's not available, unless if she doesn't know about her available. However, if her father and mother died, or a brother or sister died somewhere else, and she doesn't know about it, even though the husband knows, he's allowed to have relations with her. Boy, I don't know what the state of that marriage is going to be after that situation. Base Raktash Shamita Bilbad, who also only marital relations also avo shari iskarbas sheben ish ishta mutar, but other types of affection and activity between husband and wife are permitted. Komasikas hakos, such as pouring a cup, sasamita, preparing the bed, farchas is part of the other viraga, washing hands. Face, hands, and legs can be as was the custom then. But hugging and kissing we should forbid. Like this comes to a situation where they have the temptation of marital relations. Zen Amar Eitz Derchok Mechabek. As the person Kohelet supplies, is the time to distance from hugging. That's what the Targum says there. Time avails. Test the Choyma Bakar, they're allowed to eat in the same plate, unlike with the Nida. Test they're allowed to sleep with each other, as long as each one's wearing their clothing, they're not undressed. Amrinan Nazira, but however, because we tell a Nazir, don't come close to a vineyard. In other words, extra precautions, even though strictly speaking, should be permitted. Yes, it's best to be um, severe on this and not to sleep in the same bed. Gimel, possession mutar b'yichud v'shar kurvos v'shar avelos. That which you're allowed to be secluded with your wife and other types of affection activity. That's in other avelos. Ameis avishal chasan, avishal kala. But the father of a chasan dies, and the mother of kala dies. If near chuppah, she's bar b'simon shimon beis, where we learned they we put the mace in a room, and the chassan and kala go to chuppah, and you have one-time relations, and that's it. Also, the next 14 days they can't be together. But the cholos is not like all that time. Who yesh ben anashim, yeshem ben anashim. They can't even. They're also even yichud. He sleeps among the men, she sleeps among the women. That's the chuppah before the kvura. The chuppah, the man mishnah shalom. But if they went into chuppah and the days of the shebrachs began, then somebody died either for the chassan kal then they're allowed to be secluded like in other avails. This is only if they had relations. They had relations once. The Shalba Klav didn't have relations at all, even it happened after the chuppah. Also, he's actually Makoy Mabels Bechom Mushas, not allowed to be secluded with her the entire time, whether it's weekday or Shabbos, after low ball talking to too, because before they have relations at least once, the Yitzhar is very strong. Which Nida comes Shabal in its same status as a woman who became a Nida before they had relations. Assume B'yichum time said that they're not allowed to be secluded together. Much time it's in Kuptzadi base, like we learned a long time ago. Ayin Sham. Shin Pei Dalit. Shavel Asa B'Talmud Torah. Ava is now allowed to learn Torah. Alv Ava Asa B'Talmud Torah. Ava is now allowed to learn Torah. Gemara Yafina Lo Mi Cheska. Gemara Tzor Mi Cheska Mi Lama Le Yakosh Baruch Hu Doim. So Hashem said to Cheska made silent. Shami Yelf Lo Mi Iyov. And Shami is learned from Iyov to Steve. Ein Dover Davar. Nobody spoke a word. V'achdarim Yuto. The word is superfluous. V'asadam Torah can't teach you not to learn Torah and Shem because of a Torah. So right to Shem Ramban. Some say Dan Israel be on Rishon, but some say the Israel learn Torah is only the first day. It's like by Tefillin. Okay, it's not the case. It's also all 7 days. Shem days bu simcha because they have simcha. You'll see, like it says, B'kulei Hashem b'shalei misam chilei. The directives of God are straight and they cause joy to the heart. For Aval Asa b'simcha, and Aval is not allowed to have simcha ayin sham. But time Yeshim Pashim. The reason of the Yeshimim it's only the first day is obvious. Came to Aval Chai B'chal mitzvahs, Aval is required to do all mitzvahs. Lo masu b'divitor. Why are they asking b'divitor? For Rabbi Adam said, "Siman shin pei ayin sham." Because the Ramban divitor yachol came kriyash mashachas harvest. Ramban also says anyway you can fulfill kriyash Torah, learn Torah kriyash morning and night. We said another reason why Aval could be also in Talmud Torah is because he can learn permitted things. Why the Ramban answer? Because eventually we'll see opinions that even things which would be mutzer, say on Tisha B'av, are also for an Avel, which is Bar B'Shat Tishmai, as we shall see with God's help. And that's it for today.